In a world brimming with noise, opinions, and endless demands, the untamed mind becomes an echo of its surroundings, battered by every breeze and captive to every storm. Master yourself, or be owned by everything, invites you on a journey inward, where true freedom begins. Here, the landscape is vast but intimate, shaped by choices whispering in quiet determination. As emotions surge, it's a place where calm isn't given, it's earned, where boundaries are not set by walls but by unwavering values. Silence here is not emptiness. It is the fullness of strength untapped. Let us wander into this realm where the self is sculpted not by what surrounds, but by what resides within. In the quiet prelude of introspection, we set out on a journey deeper into ourselves, embracing the rich tapestry of consciousness and exploring the delicate dance between self-mastery and the relentless pull of the world. In an age overwhelmed by distractions and fleeting pleasures, clarity is found in the gentle wisdom of the ancients who guide us toward freeing our souls from the chains of life unexamined. The mind, a vast and sovereign realm, awaits its rightful ruler. Untamed, it falls prey to every tempest that passes, swayed aimlessly by desires and distractions. It is here that our thoughts, those silent architects, build the very essence of our reality. Without mindful shepherding, this kingdom succumbs to external chaos, its strength weakened amid the clamor outside. True power, which transforms and transcends, begins with the quiet sovereignty of our thoughts and emotions. In the silent depths of reflection, we find that mastery is not the absence of feeling, but a profound engagement with life from a seat of control. To lead the mind is to resist chaos, discerning clearly what lies within our grasp and what lies beyond, a foundational tenet of Stoicism. While the world swirls unrestrained around us, we shape only our responses, standing as unwavering beacons amidst the tumult of worldly demands. Each moment, we become pedestrians amidst a throng of influences clamoring for attention. From dawn to dusk, the senses weave in the cacophony of society's demands. Social media, news cycles, and endless expectations vie for fragments of our fleeting awareness. Absent mindful presence, we risk turning into passive vessels, mere flotsam on an ocean of shifting currents. To master oneself is to seize the helm of one's life, recognizing that the waves may pummel, but the course is ours to chart. This conscious steering, this mindful crafting of our inner sanctuary against the backdrop of perpetual noise, embodies true freedom, a dedication to deliberate living, choices grounded in values rather than driven by external forces. It is the path of the sage, drawn ever toward the guiding star of self-ownership. Living reactively surrenders our agency to the caprices of what's outside, its perpetual disorder, allowing impulses free rein over our actions. Life becomes turbulent, punctuated by fleeting joys followed by enduring discontent. In this state, we become prisoners to whims, anger, envy, fear that govern our story with reckless abandon. Yet, the victory or defeat lies not in grandiose gestures, but within the subtle choices of daily life. To escape this labyrinth, we anchor ourselves in the practice of self-reflection. By pausing, by observing the ego's fragmented mirror, we begin reclaiming our narrative. Each moment of mindfulness weaves our existence into purpose and deliberate presence. Thus, self-mastery becomes our sword and shield, a means to navigate modern life's chaos with grace and intention. In a world consumed by constant motion, stillness is often overlooked. Yet it is here, in silence's fertile terrain, where self-mastery germinates. Between thoughts' quiet spaces, the true self emerges, revealing inner wisdom woven from our lived experiences. Cultivating this sanctuary gifts us control, a serenity immune to outer turbulence's clamor. Cultivating calmness through meditation, reflection, and conscious breathing becomes a rebellion against life's constant noise. Like a storm's eye, inner stillness stays undisturbed, granting clarity to our path and revealing the richness of inner life. In this sacred calm, mastery isn't about exerting force, but harmonizing with the essence of being, embracing a poise in the equilibrium of existence. Suffering, inevitably woven into human existence, serves as the soul's crucible. It invites either avoidance or deeper self-inquiry, engaging with ancient wisdom, reminding us mastery is transforming our relationship with suffering, not erasing it. Recognizing suffering as a teacher, we draw strength, crafting resilience foundational to self-mastery. Through this lens, suffering evolves, from a burden to a growth catalyst. Embracing pain and confronting shadows, we illuminate paths to liberation. Mastery arises not from escaping trials, but engaging with open hearts, willing to shape lessons and emerge with clarity. This metamorphosis, victim to victor, is Stoicism's core, guiding us in governing our mind's artistry. Reflecting on our past, we discern transient from enduring, superficial from meaningful, as memories echo lessons of impermanence. Retrospection distills experience marrow into wisdom, guiding present and future choices. Reflection transforms memory into mastery, transcending nostalgia. Mastering oneself through retrospection becomes an engagement with time, each memory a testament to resilience. Lessons become scaffolding to consciously shape life's future, weaving wisdom gained from history into our journey's tapestry. Letting go is an art, the essence of true mastery. Detachment liberates us. Recognizing attachment binds us to an unstable world. It is not about absence, but releasing the grip on uncontrollable things, cultivating freedom to engage without unrealistic chains. Through detachment, we engage the present without losing balance in expectation's mire, holding and releasing in harmony with existence's ebbing tides. This balance epitomizes self-mastery, inviting us to savor life's unadulterated moments, freeing us from possession's lure and revealing profound joy in presence. In the crucible of doubt, self-mastery undergoes testing and refinement. Amid uncertainty, doubt transforms into strength. Engaging with doubt becomes the alchemy of wisdom, turning uncertainties into embracing potential, crafting the steel of inner strength. Embracing doubt dismantles self-imposed walls, expanding potential's territory. This acceptance fosters understanding, meeting challenges with courage. Thus, mastery emerges, not vanquishing, but celebrating self's complexity. Building a life well lived rests on values' foundation. These enduring pillars guide actions, shaping legacy. Amid trends and desires' capriciousness, values anchor us, offering clarity amid ambiguity, strength amid fragility. Constructing this fortress requires introspection, and values are not mere adornments, but beacons navigating life's tides. This commitment guides interactions, influencing and defining legacy, testament to a life steered by quiet mastery's resolute voice. Thus, concluding our initial chapter, we stand on transformation's brink, infused with ancient wisdom and personal resilience. Self-mastery's path unfurls its personal horizons, limiting nothing but guided by inner strength and outward action. Embracing this path, we live mastery not as destination, but enduring evolution, a sacred interplay of control, surrender, strength, and vulnerability, enriching existence with meaning. Continuing this self-discovery odyssey, let us proceed with curiosity and courage, ever mindful of mastery's profound liberation, freeing our souls from externality's tyranny. In the landscape of the mind, emotions are akin to the cosmos, ever in motion, sometimes serene, other times tempestuous. When allowed to wander unchecked, emotions can commandeer our actions, obscure our judgment, and cloud our perception like a dense fog enshrouding a valley. Anger, like wildfire, can ignite and consume with untamed ferocity, while fear threads its way through our consciousness, dimming the potential for light and reducing vast horizons into confined passages. Such emotions, when left to their own devices, bind us to their ever-shifting tides, leaving us drifting in the tempest of life's seas, disconnected from our true path. This internal discord prevents us from living with intention, steering us away from clarity and anchoring us in chaos. Abandoning ourselves to this chaos is to diverge from the Stoic ideals of old, where sages remained immune to the outer world, flourishing within their own reasoned and stable sanctuaries of the mind. Epictetus, a thinker of time-honored wisdom, taught that true tranquility is not derived from altering the external, but arises from mastering our perceptions and reactions. Those who cultivate this inner realm nurture a garden where emotions are met with understanding, acknowledged as fleeting visitors rather than controlling forces, and redirected as the storms they are, giving rise to gentle rains that nourish rather than ravage. In mastering this turbulent terrain, one steps into an equilibrium that liberates and empowers. Amidst this whirlwind of emotion, the pause is a profound interlude, a sacred moment gifted by silence, where one may step back, breathe, and choose reflection over reaction. This particular pause, delicate in its conception, yet potent in its effect, grants us mastery over our responses, challenging the instinctual chaos with a gentle defiance. In this pause, we recognize emotions not as inevitable catastrophes, but as navigable landscapes of the psyche. It is an act of renewal, of shifting from chaos to deliberate action, requiring awareness, discipline, and an unyielding pursuit of growth. Here, in this reflective space, we practice the art of emotional alchemy, transforming primal impulses into conscious responses, fortifying a chain of resilience and maturity, choosing patience over haste, understanding over judgment, peace over conflict. Consider anger, often deemed a destroyer, yet revealing truths otherwise hidden, unmasking unmet needs and desires left in shadow. This emotion, while seen as a departure from calm reason, can serve as a catalyst for transformation. Anger uncovers the fault lines in our emotional structures, urging us to address, heal, and evolve. The Stoics perceived anger as a distortion, obscuring the mind's clarity. Yet understanding its roots illuminates our values and clarifies our boundaries. By deciphering these triggers, we obtain insight into our actions, turning anger into a guide that drives us toward self-realization and growth aligned with genuine intentions. Fear, humanity's ancient companion, is a formidable force, eager to envelop us, constraining our potential and compressing our experience. The fear of the unknown locks us in cycles of inaction, persuading us to retreat to what is familiar. This fear is a subtle self-abandonment, stifling our potential. Stoic wisdom advises confronting fear with reason. Dissecting it reveals whether it is born from reality or conjured by imagination. Facing these shadows transforms dread into opportunity, shifting the feared unknown into a canvas of new possibilities. Therein lies liberation, the embracement of uncertainty and vulnerability, where true resilience is forged. Envy, often thought best left unacknowledged, challenges our perceptions, narrowing focus from abundance to lack. It incites discontent, yet viewed through a different lens, becomes a path to self-acknowledgement and reflection. Envy illuminates underrated strengths, pushing us toward authenticity and growth. By transmuting envy into gratitude, attention shifts from scarcity to presence, recognizing and valuing achievements and journey while appreciating successes of others. This path fosters recognition of abundance, dismantling envy's chains. The illusion of control entices, tempting us to believe we guide our realities. Clinging to this fantasy brings discord when life diverges from our plans. The Stoics understood what we control and what we release, leading to emotional liberation through acceptance. Acceptance demands releasing the illusion, embracing life's ebb and flow. In accepting life's unpredictability, we cultivate resilience, steering not by force but grace, rooted in wisdom and self-awareness. Here exists an emotional strength, born of vulnerability, perceived as weakness, yet in essence, courage. True strength lives in embracing imperfections and fears, inviting healing. It demands a surrender of ego, embracing authenticity. Finally, self-compassion forms the foundation of emotional resilience. Where harsh self-criticism prevails, compassion offers gentleness, replacing criticism with an understanding of humanity's shared struggles. This compassionate lens liberates us, nurturing and healing our wounded selves. Practicing self-compassion offers warmth within, fueling growth, inviting healing. It fosters emotional resilience, securing safe harbors where mastery blooms. Thus, at the heart of emotional equanimity lies acceptance, a liberation through embracing reality. Acceptance is an active engagement, nurturing equanimity, where serenity flourishes amidst life's storms, grounded in balanced awareness. With practices that center the spirits, like mindfulness, we cultivate calm, building resilience, and finding beauty in the journey itself. In the stillness of our innermost thoughts lies the genesis of boundaries, a silent symphony of self-discovery that guides us toward the harmonious design of our existence. Before we articulate the courage to refuse the insistent demands of the world, we must first embrace the sanctity of our core values, understanding where our loyalties lie. It is in these deeper ruminations, untouched by the relentless clamor of life, that we discern what truly matters and lay the groundwork for boundaries that protect and empower us. Within this tranquil realm, discernment emerges as a lighthouse, casting its soothing beam across the vast expanse of our consciousness. It bestows upon us the power to differentiate between noise and necessity, to make choices steeped in wisdom and aligned with our truest aspirations. As discernment sharpens our inner vision, decisions transform from impulsive reactions to thoughtful responses, reflecting an authenticity that defines our path. Yet, fear and guilt often stand sentinel at the gates of our resolve, beguiling us away from the promise of personal sovereignty. Society's echo of selflessness, mistaken for virtue, pushes us to neglect the nourishment of our own spirits for fear of disapproval or selfishness. Recognizing that boundaries invite not division, but connection, allows us to transcend these shadows, understanding their role not as obstacles, but as gateways to genuine relationships. The sinews of self-discipline intertwine with our boundaries, forming an unyielding backbone that supports our intentions when desires and distractions threaten to sway us. By nurturing this steady resolve, we align our actions with our true selves, reinforcing the architecture of our boundaries with consistency and strength. As each choice affirms our dedication to growth, we fortify our belief in the power of our own autonomy. But as life fervently dances, it challenges the steadfastness of our boundaries with its unpredictability. Here, mental resilience becomes our ally, lending us the courage to reaffirm our intentions amidst adversity. It transforms each trial into a lesson, each setback into a catalyst for renewed determination, grounding us and safeguarding the borders of our personal realm. The world around us, a torrent of social expectations and norms, tests the integrity of our personal values. In the face of external pressures, the commitment to self-respect shines as a beacon. By standing firm, we invite authentic connections, framed in mutual respect and devoid of passive compliance. Our communities become enriched as we inspire others by embodying our own truths. Yet setting boundaries with compassion does not create walls, but rather builds bridges. When approached with empathy, boundaries foster dialogue and understanding, cherishing the humanity in ourselves and others. They encourage a shared respect for individual needs and differences, cultivating bonds strengthened by grace rather than contention. In pursuit of clarity, the mind finds stillness from which clear boundaries arise. Through practices such as meditation and mindful reflection, we navigate the fog of distractions to reach a profound understanding of our priorities. With clarity comes the confidence to assert our needs, ensuring our intentions are understood and honored by ourselves and others. Flexibility also weaves through our intentions, reminding us of its gentle necessity in life's continuous evolution. Boundaries, while protective, must remain fluid to adapt to unforeseen opportunities for growth. This adaptability does not compromise our essence, but enriches it, allowing us to remain aligned with our core values even as we pivot through life's myriad changes. Ultimately, contentment, that elusive serenade of the soul, is nurtured through the establishment of internal boundaries. These insights guide our emotions and reactions, ensuring that our mental landscapes are cultivated with care and intention. By releasing the grip of external validation, we awaken to a contentment that is independent and profound, a testament to the truth that, indeed, the most meaningful freedom stems from within. Thus, the journey through the landscape of boundaries invites contemplation and empowers us to craft a life infused with purpose and integrity. In this meditative exploration, we anchor ourselves in the gentle strength of our mental resolves, forging a path that promises self-respect, autonomy, and lasting contentment. It is here, in the embrace of our inner sanctum, that we find the courage to whisper yes to ourselves, and therefore to the world. In the quiet moments of reflection, it becomes clear that our lives are threads woven from the small, repeated actions we choose each day. Each decision, each gesture, each repeated act is the brushstroke on the canvas of our identity. Aristotle reflected on this truth, asserting, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. This insight invites contemplation on the idea that our identities aren't sculpted by isolated events, but by the ongoing symphony of daily routines. William James, too, understood this dynamic, suggesting that our actions mold pathways in our minds, gradually becoming instinctual. If we are to forge a more resilient, self-mastered self, we must first scrutinize and consciously select the habits that will guide our journey. Consider the serene practice of meditation among Buddhist monks, where years of daily repetition cultivate a profound tranquility and awareness. Every session, performed with intention, builds a spiritual foundation that ultimately shapes who they are. The same holds true for anyone in pursuit of self-mastery, recognizing that each routine, no matter how mundane, plays a key role in redefining potential. By nurturing positive habits, we cast votes for the person we aspire to become, allowing repetition to become a transformative force in our lives. Repetition is a quiet power, but united with conscious choice, it becomes truly transformative. Through deliberate action, we mirror and mold our character, reflecting our innermost values while shaping them anew. Each mindful act, performed with intent, becomes a thread in the tapestry of self-mastery. The concept of mindful living, embraced by many, encapsulates this harmony, urging us to live in the present moment with conscious awareness. By aligning our habits with core values, we strengthen our sense of purpose. Athletes, for instance, reach their peak not through talent alone, but through countless hours of precise, repetitive practice, driven by a conscious desire to excel. Embracing this mindful approach allows us to craft habits in harmony with long-term goals, paving the way for mastery. By embedding our daily rhythms with profound aspirations, we shift routine into a vehicle for self-discovery and growth. The exploration of habits transcends philosophy and ventures into the domain of neuroscience. Habits are etched into our brains, particularly within the basal ganglia, influencing emotions, memories, and pattern recognition. Repetition strengthens neural pathways, a process known as long-term potentiation, and through this, actions become second nature. The domino effect of habit formation reveals the profound impact one positive habit can have, often triggering a cascade of beneficial changes. This keystone habit can ignite transformations in various aspects of life, such as increased productivity and healthier choices following a consistent exercise routine. Understanding this biological mechanism empowers us to cultivate environments of continuous self-improvement and growth. The relationship between identity and action is a dance where each informs the other. Our self-perception can drive or deter our actions, underscoring that identity is ever-evolving, reshaped by the acts we repeat. Søren Kierkegaard wisely observed that life is an experience rather than a problem to be solved, emphasizing the fluidity of identity. By embracing this dynamism, we become active participants in crafting our identities, laying each repetition like a brushstroke on the canvas of self-concept. Imagine the aspiring artist, confronting self-doubt, yet committing to paint day after day. Each session at the easel, regardless of outcome, nurtures their identity, transforming them into the artist they are destined to be. Across all disciplines, meaningful identities are forged, not through grand declarations, but through persistent repetition. As each action aligns with a desired identity, it reinforces its presence, creating a cycle where our sense of self evolves alongside the choices we make. Rituals like habits intertwine repetition with intention, elevating mundane acts to significance by infusing them with meaning. This sacred intertwining of action and reflection transcends utility, inviting introspection and grounding us in purpose. Ancient practices of lighting candles for evening prayers or engaging in mindfulness rituals exemplify this idea, transforming actions into expressions of deeper values. By infusing our lives with rituals, we create anchors amidst chaos, forging pathways to resilience and focus. Yet, as empowering as positive habits might be, negative patterns can equally define our limits. Habits of self-doubt, procrastination, or fear can ensnare us, creating cycles that stifle growth. But awareness and courage can break these chains, offering the choice to replace detrimental cycles with constructive ones. Carl Jung referred to this as shadow work, integrating the darker aspects of ourselves for holistic development. By acknowledging and transforming negative patterns, we open the door to unseen potential. Discipline, cultivated through repetition, is a powerful companion on the path to self-mastery. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, highlighted discipline's profound connection to freedom. Its essence shines not in fanfare, but in patience and consistent effort. Repetition becomes a sculptor, honing persistence and resilience, much like the season's predictable yet profound cycle. In this ongoing rhythm, repetition and discipline synergize, guiding us along the winding path of mastery. Failure, often feared, is crucible for growth within repetition. Viewing failure as a catalyst for learning redefines setbacks as stepping stones toward mastery. Epictetus taught that our weaknesses can reveal areas for growth, urging us to embrace transformation. Through repeated effort, failure becomes a guide, enriching our journey and strengthening our resolve. The cycle of self-definition is completed through the marriage of action and reflection. Philosophers have long championed self-reflection, emphasizing its role in cultivating a harmonious existence. Reflection allows us to assess whether our repetition aligns with true desires, echoing the contemplative nature of ancient practices. Through reflection, we ensure our habits remain sincere, fostering growth by bridging internal awareness with external action. Repetition, when seen as a celebration of progress, transforms into a commemoration of growth, allowing us to celebrate quiet victories on the path of transformation. In our world, where information flows incessantly, mastering one's mind becomes not just a responsibility, but an art. It concerns the essence of identity and autonomy, amidst an ever-changing sea of noise. Every piece of content, be it the news you catch in passing or the endless scroll of social media, has the potential to subtly reshape your inner landscape, guiding decisions not by intent, but by impulse. The Stoics, wise in their time, warned of letting an unguarded mind be led by the world's clamor. Instead, they beckoned us to engage with life thoughtfully, allowing discernment to weave our experiences into a coherent whole. The journey to mental sovereignty begins with unfolding the self, understanding deeply that your beliefs should spring from within and not be imposed from without. This sacred path entails reflection, crafting a personal philosophy, a guiding compass amidst life's turbulence. When you think with conscious intention, you arm yourself against life's distractions, making choices born of clarity rather than chaos. An unexamined thought, much like an untended gate, invites confusion into its fold. Hence, steer your mind with purpose, seeking wisdom while dismissing the trivial. In the tapestry of your daily choices, sometimes autonomy is but an illusion. Decisions present themselves as yours to make, yet many have strings subtly engineered by external agendas. Algorithms play to your engagement, Societal norms shape your vision of success, and amidst it all, the trap of a busy yet barren life looms. Authentic freedom, as the existentialists taught, emerges not from abundance but from genuine, conscious choice. To transcend these crafted lanes, question the pathways laid before you, mindful of the freedom that comes through understanding your true desires, an act of defiance in a world bent on dictation. Filtering the cacophony of modern life grants clarity and peace. Amidst an abundance of stimuli, learning to discern what truly matters is essential. Akin to a vigilant gatekeeper, let your mind admit only that which enriches your soul. The Stoics guide us to focus on what dwells within our control, reducing unnecessary noise that clouds judgment. Embrace the discipline of mental minimalism, nurturing content that aligns with your deepest values and aspirations. Silence and solitude become allies in this endeavor, offering space for essential truths to emerge from the settling dust of distractions. Cultivating a personal sanctuary within the mind shields one from life's chaos. It is a refuge, a haven nurturing tranquility and reflection. Such a sanctuary evolves, adapting as you grow, fortified by practices that align mind and spirit, meditation, mindful reflection, and the gentle reading of insightful texts. Like a gardener tending their haven of green, your sanctuary requires care, rituals, and daily devotion. Insights from Eastern traditions emphasize the necessity of these havens to address inner turmoil. Consider your sanctuary a sacred vessel, safeguarding the deepest, most sacred thoughts, steering you toward enlightenment. Just as you curate your diet, so too should you meticulously select the influences that shape your mind. Your intellectual diet profoundly impacts your well-being. As you audit the external inputs you allow, be they news, discussions, or affiliations, you actively participate in defining yourself. Philosopher Carl Jung spoke of archetypes shaping consciousness, urging us to align with those that truly resonate with our core. The aim should not be an echo chamber, but a deliberate engagement with perspectives that enhance growth. Amidst external distractions, developing cognitive filters guards against the cluttering of mind and emotion. These filters screen thoughts and impressions, preventing confusion from taking root. Practicing mindfulness provides presence and clarity, allowing you to observe thoughts without judgment and reshape them as needed. Over time, filtering becomes instinctual, an integral part of living purposefully amidst life's oscillations. In the textured sounds of a connected world, silence becomes a sanctified space for reflection. The Stoics valued daily introspection to maintain virtue. Mere moments spent in silence cultivate profound insights, offering integration of daily experiences into a meaningful philosophy. Rituals of stillness are cleansing rites, facilitating mental clarity. Diverse spiritual teachings hold silence sacred, amidst which deep dialogue with oneself unfolds, an opportunity for growth, undisturbed by worldly din. Navigating media demands discipline and intention, for the temptation to consume mindlessly looms large. Following Epicurean principles, prioritize tranquility, seeking content that uplifts and fulfills. Establish boundaries within the digital landscape, engaging with media that inspires without exhausting. Mindful consumption transforms media into a vehicle for enlightenment, not distraction, fortifying your journey toward wisdom and self-mastery. Lastly, define sacred mental boundaries to protect internal peace and preserve integrity. Cultivate awareness of mental intrusions from media or societal norms, reinforcing your personal boundaries through reflection and meditation. They are not static structures, but dynamic, evolving with personal growth. By reinforcing these boundaries, you enhance resilience and maintain mental sovereignty. Thus, design your mental space deliberately, safeguarding it as the sacred stage upon which your life's narrative unfolds, full of clarity, aspiration, and profound peace. In the modern age, the concept of freedom is often misinterpreted as the ability to succumb to every impulse, fulfilling each fleeting whim without restraint. Such a notion, though enticing, ultimately leads to enslavement as we become bound by our desires. When our life choices are dictated by pleasure alone, autonomy is lost, and we act out of compulsion rather than sovereignty. Paradoxically, this lack of control diminishes self-respect, as actions become driven not by internal values, but by external temptations. True liberation is not found in indulgence, but through the discipline to align actions with deeper values, favoring purpose over fleeting satisfaction. The profound freedom in self-control lies in the power to say no, to delay gratification, prioritizing what serves our long-term aims. This liberty affords us the agency to make choices grounded in deliberate reflection, aligning actions with core beliefs rather than transient desires. The disciplined individual reclaims authority over their life, crafting it according to a design that respects both present serenity and future flourishing. In the art of delayed gratification, we do not simply deny ourselves, we make strategic choices that enhance our long-term happiness and growth. This practice fosters a deeper satisfaction that is rooted in a sense of achievement and mastery, derived from investing in our future. Desire, a natural human experience, need not be repressed but instead transformed and channeled. Mastering one's desires involves recognizing and understanding them, assessing whether they align with our life goals. Rather than suppressing these impulses, we acknowledge and prioritize them through a lens of greater awareness, integrating what nurtures growth into the broader tapestry of our aspirations. This conscious regulation respects the presence of desires, converting them into powerful motivators that guide us toward our true path. Discipline, often misunderstood as restriction, is a gateway to liberation. Picture it as the guiding riverbanks to the waters of life, directing energy and focus. Without these boundaries, potential spills wastefully into chaos. Thus, discipline allows for the pursuit of goals with clarity, unanchored by unnecessary distractions. Its structure provides freedom, unlocking the potential for a life driven by intention and endowed with true expression. Discipline redefines challenges as opportunities for growth, affirming our worth through consistency and perseverance. Balance in self-control comes from harmonizing desire with detachment, a principle echoed in both Stoic and Buddhist thought. This balance empowers us to pursue ambition without being ruled by it, appreciating life's journey rather than fixating solely on its goals. By developing an inner grounding, we remain appreciative of our present selves, nurturing a sense of equanimity that shields us from undue turmoil. Here lies the recognition that happiness doesn't rely on external validation, but thrives within self-awareness and respect. Choice is the ultimate embodiment of freedom and the axis around which self-control revolves. Empowered choice reflects character and autonomy, and exercising power through choice means approaching decisions with clarity and responsibility. True liberation lies not in pursuing every possibility, but in discerning what truly aligns with our values, crafting a life of integrity. The courage to say no, to stand firm against external pressures, underscores self-respect, turning decision-making into a deliberate creation of purpose. Emotional regulation enhances this liberation, empowering us to respond with reflection rather than react instinctively. By creating mindful space between stimulus and response, we reaffirm mastery over our internal world, turning emotions from adversaries into constructive allies. Anger becomes a catalyst for change, fear a proponent of preparedness. Such transformation reflects profound self-respect, highlighting the power of balanced, thoughtful responses. Moreover, when self-control is viewed through the lens of self-care, it transforms from imposition to nurturing. Exercising control over reactions and desires becomes an expression of care for our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. In this light, self-control ensures that our engagements and resources are wisely invested, fostering habits that support resilience and stability. When approached as self-care, discipline permits the freedom to navigate life with intention, underpinning our journey with serenity and vigor. Ultimately, embracing self-control is an act of courage. It demands confronting inner chaos and transforming vulnerabilities into strengths, reflecting respect for our aspirations. This practice requires fortitude against external judgments while fostering internal peace. Such courage empowers us to carve paths aligned with authentic values, leading us beyond mere existence into the realm of self-mastery. This journey toward mastery, an eternal unfolding of growth and learning, is a testament to the respect we hold for our potential, a radiant journey toward a life imbued with profound power and meaning. In the quiet moments of our modern lives, comfort often whispers promises of peace and success. Yet, if we look deeply, we see it's a mirage arguing in favor of complacency instead of growth. This illusion, though wrapped in velvet, subtly distracts us from realizing our true potential, much like a siren's song luring sailors to rocky shores. The ancients knew well that comfort offers neither fulfillment nor growth. To master oneself, we must recognize comfort as a fleeting pleasure, not a lasting destination. Stoic wisdom, through the words of Marcus Aurelius, reminds us that hardships aren't merely obstacles, but seeds of growth, nuggets of life's truth, urging us beyond the confines of ease. Embracing discomfort ushers us toward a profound journey of self-discovery. Challenges are the chisels that carve away superficial layers, revealing the core of human resilience and strength. Let us redefine struggle, accepting it as a sage mentor that illuminates unexplored realms of understanding. Nietzsche wisely noted, "What does not kill you makes you stronger," a creed of strength forged in adversity. By consciously stepping into discomfort, we hone the fortitude to remain unshaken, to embrace life's storms without fear. This journey is a sacred rite of passage, a pilgrimage of intent where voluntary hardship reshapes the soul. As warriors and thinkers of old knew, enduring self-imposed hardships steels us for life's unforeseen agonies, transforming trials into stepping stones. In realizing this strength, transcendence unfolds beyond the physical into mental and emotional realms. Whether fasting, silent meditation, or facing fears, these movements from comfort don't demand grand gestures. Instead, they are small acknowledgements of our latent capacities to rise beyond mediocrity. This self-imposed struggle, akin to a tree's roots deepening in harsh winds, cultivates resilience and an unshakable spirit. essentials for life's unpredictable voyage. Yet comfort often masquerades as familiarity, chaining us to repetitive, uninspired patterns, gilded cages that imprison potential. This familiar tyranny stifles opportunity and growth, demanding allegiance to the safety of known boundaries. The Buddhist teachings urge us toward non-attachment, advocating for courage in embracing the unknown as a path to liberation. As we loosen ties to the familiar, new paths unfurl before us, inviting exploration and transformation. Here, life reveals itself not as a rigid structure, but as a living experiment, a synthesis of challenges and rewards, ever evolving with each chosen test of courage. In this exploration, mastering mindful discomfort becomes an art. It requires a delicate dance of awareness and resolve, blending endurance with insight. This transformation from suffering into opportunity nurtures the soul. Instead of automatic avoidance, we ponder and reflect, discovering the essence of gratitude in simplicity and the inherent values in our discomforts. Mindful practices like Stoic exercises teach appreciation for possessions and reveal abundance beyond physical ease. In the struggle, rediscovering purpose becomes a newfound clarity. Like Frankl's profound testament to humanity's quest for meaning amidst suffering, we uncover core motivations beneath comfort's disguise. This refocus isn't about constructing new desires, but unraveling pre-existing truths. In life's trials, profound lessons emerge, reminding us to reassess priorities. Hardships uplift the spirit, sculpting a resolute drive toward life's true calling. Against this backdrop of discomfort, stillness offers solace. Zen Buddhism's Zazen shows us stillness as clarity's refuge, embracing the inner recesses of the soul as chaos dims beyond the surface. This retreat isn't inaction, but a profound engagement, a centering moment preventing life's turbulence from uprooting us. As we practice stillness, it becomes an anchor of equilibrium, enabling thoughtful response over hurried reaction. In its quietude, strength is nurtured, and mastery over self begins to take lasting form, an act of empowerment over the allure of comfort. Rituals, like connecting pathways, transform discomfort into growth's catalyst. They infuse ordinary moments with intent, elevating them into sacred rites of personal evolution. Through journals, mindful movement, or breathwork, we engage in these daily ceremonies, inviting discipline and structure into life's unpredictable landscape. This repetition, synthesized seamlessly into the everyday, enriches a sense of self-worth and mastery over life's narrative. Rituals show us discomfort not as burden, but as trusted companion. And in this companionship, we walk toward self-mastery. Finally, nature gently instructs in resilience through discomfort. Trees deepen roots in fierce winds. Every season's cycle teaches balance, subtly nudging us toward flexibility amid life's challenges. Observing this wisdom inspires a humble adaptability, uncovering lessons from struggle that resonate within, urging us to harmonize with nature's eternal rhythm. Beyond fear and limitation, nature's path unveils life's true canvas, where discomfort is an essential brushstroke. In journeying beyond comfort, liberation unfolds, a sovereignty over thoughts, emotions, and desires. This freedom defies societal expectations, embracing complexity without fear or inertia. Embracing discomfort as opportunity rather than threat unveils new realms, a bold reclamation of life's narrative as our own. The teachings of Stoicism, existentialism, and Eastern philosophies imbue us with courage to relinquish comfort's hold, allowing clarity and agency to shape our destinies. Here, with freedom echoing like a dawn chorus, life unfurls as a testament to strength gleaned from discomfort's fertile soil, mastery illuminating the path beneath our feet. In a world that often equates calmness with innate grace, we forget that tranquility is not a gift, but a practice honed through deliberate effort. The misconception that calmness belongs to those naturally inclined toward composure perpetuates a myth, obscuring the truth. That calmness, especially under pressure, is an earned quality. This process molds and tempers the raw metal of our instincts into a resilient state. Ancient Stoics and countless wisdom traditions acknowledged that true calmness indicates mastery. It was not innate to figures like Marcus Aurelius, but rather cultivated through unwavering dedication, a state of inner equanimity, becoming a personal fortress. Our yearning for calmness often conjures images of a serene lake undisturbed by storms. However, it is not the absence of storms we seek, but the strength to navigate them. The calmness of the truly strong emerges not from inactivity, but from an active stillness forged in the crucible of trials faced willingly. This calmness is a signal, the understandings that no external tempest can disturb the unwavering inner world. Achieving this requires us to confront fears and failures, to embrace discomfort and inevitability, gradually transforming calmness from mere refuge into formidable strength. It allows us to navigate life's adversities with a presence both commanding and gentle. Calmness under pressure is the outward manifestation of deep discipline, a byproduct of a life refined by inner constraints and cultivated habits. One cannot simply will calmness. It demands an integration of mind, body, and spirit, achieved through consistent practice. The disciplined mind learns to throttle emotions like anger and fear, recognizing their impermanence. This echoes the teachings of Epictetus, reminding us that while external events escape our control, our responses remain firmly within our grasp. Zen masters exemplify this through meditation and mindfulness, cultivating an internal sanctuary untouched by external chaos. Athletes and soldiers find similar composure through rigorous training, sharpening focus amidst simulated pressure. Through repetitive practice, reflection, and commitment to growth, instinct transforms into intuition and impulsivity into wisdom. Such discipline liberates, empowering one to remain grounded, steadfast, and composed despite chaos. Failure need not be feared, for it polishes the soul and tempers resolve. The strong understand that failing well is crucial in mastering calmness under pressure. Confronting failure with grace strips it of its power to disturb peace. Accepting failure as a teacher, rather than adversary, turns it into a stepping stone toward resilience. Recognizing the transient nature of failure allows detachment of worth from achievement, focusing on the process rather than outcomes. Remaining calm amidst failure requires a growth mindset. Instead of succumbing to discouragement, setbacks become opportunities for deeper self-understanding. Through introspection, lessons within failures are uncovered, adjusting our course accordingly. Embracing the discomfort of failure builds fortitude, enabling future challenges to be faced with courage and composure. Each setback becomes testament to our ability to navigate life's complexities, strengthening the resolve to remain calm amidst adversity. Repetition is the silent architect of mastery, paving the path to calmness under pressure. Mastery is not achieved overnight, but is the culmination of deliberate, repeated efforts. Whether in physical skills or mental resilience, repetition strengthens neural pathways, turning conscious efforts into instinctual responses. The more challenges we embrace, the more our minds and bodies learn to respond with calmness and precision. In every endeavor, whether martial arts or meditation, repetition refines abilities, each iteration a testament to commitment and growth. Athletes and musicians know repetition is not monotony, but transformation. With each practice, proficiency deepens, responses become automatic. By engaging in purposeful repetition, barriers to calmness dismantle, expanding our capacity to navigate life's pressures with grace. Truly mastering calmness demands an honest dialogue with our inner selves. This is reconciliation, not conflict, a dance between desires, fears, and deeper understanding. Inner confrontations lay the groundwork for outwardly projected strength as calmness, facing voices of failure, questioning worth, echoes of past pains, grants understanding and mediation. Carl Jung emphasized acknowledging our shadow, the unseen aspects of psyche manifesting as fear or anxiety. Shedding light on these facets diminishes their power, integrating them into wholeness. Tranquility lies in integration, as the fragmented self cannot stand calm amidst storms. True peace arises from accepting imperfections, transforming them into strengths. Intimate self-confrontation turns fear into wisdom, turmoil into calmness, fortifying against external disturbances. Meditation and mindfulness serve as ancient guards preserving calmness under pressure. These practices offer sanctuary amidst life's cacophony, a space where mind reflects, soul rejuvenates, spirit finds peace. Meditation invites us to observe thoughts, detach from chaos, engage with quiet presence within. Anchoring in the present moment, it breeds calmness, distancing us from past anxieties and future uncertainties. Simplicity belies meditation's profound power. Consistently dedicating time to stillness cultivates awareness of mental and emotional states, providing a buffer between trigger and response. Habitual practice rewires neural pathways, reinforcing calmness patterns amid stressors. Navigating inner landscape with grace brings composed presence to outer world interactions, remaining steady amidst life's tempests. Embracing discomfort becomes our ally on the path to mastering calmness. Avoiding discomfort amplifies its power, while facing it teaches resilience. The strong seek controlled discomfort, building inner fortitude. Physical challenges or stepping beyond comfort zones expose us. Learning discomfort is not an enemy, but a teacher enriching growth. In seeking discomfort, we realize adversity reveals potential. Uncertainty, failure, vulnerability become transformation crucibles. Each encounter expands capabilities, revealing untapped strengths and inner calmness reservoirs. Over time, unshakable confidence emerges, knowing discomforts were faced and embraced as allies. From these experiences, calmness necessary to navigate emergencies emerges with grace. In the endless orchestration of daily life, where each sound and sight vies for our attention, the word yes often becomes our reflexive response, a nod to the noise around us. Yet beneath the din, clarity emerges not through acceptance, but through the mindful simplicity of saying no. This single syllable becomes a compass, guiding us towards our true essence, defining the boundaries that protect our beliefs and desires. Amid the superfluous, the power of no becomes an act of reclaiming our own narrative, breathing life into our authenticity and intention. It liberates us from becoming lost in the world's demands, bringing forth a profound clarity born from inner awareness and alignment. In this mastery of denial, we build a realm where clarity reigns. The Stoics, ever wise, reminded us to live by virtue, not by impulse, understanding that scattered consent breeds chaos, while strategic denial cultivates peace. By turning away from what does not serve our highest self, we unshackle our minds, focusing on what truly nourishes us. Each no becomes an act of self-preservation, a shield against the distractions that clamor for our soul's attention. Our world refines with each denial, creating sanctuaries of purpose and serenity amid the storms of existence. Amidst this chaotic dance, where disorder demands our acceptance, to say no becomes a courageous act that upholds respect for one's path, a declaration not of rebellion, but of self-respect. In life's ever-eddying currents, the strength to refuse chaos shines like a beacon of self-control and order. It means choosing harmony over discord, bending reality to fit the contours of our inner convictions. This courage is not easily born. It requires understanding chaos's potential to transform us, and from this awareness, we foster environments where stability thrives. The wisdom in refusal nurtures quiet resilience, recognizing that true strength lies not in external certainties, but in the steadiness of the heart and mind. Weakness often arises when we forgo the courage to assert our will, allowing circumstances to define our destiny. To refuse weakness, to say no to reluctant compliance, initiates a journey towards fortitude, diminishing our dependency on external validations and fleeting comforts that sap our vigor. This choice serves as a foundation on which resilience and self-assurance are built, evoking inner strength nurtured by discipline and unwavering growth. With each refusal to submit to weakness, we tap into our potential, loosening the chains of self-doubt and fear, unearthing courage from the depths of our being. Boundaries, when fortified by the power of saying no, are not barriers of isolation, but gestures of self-care and empowerment. We transform constraints into liberating landscapes where obligations and societal expectations no longer dictate our lives. These boundaries foster healthy interactions and relationships in the conditions we choose. By preserving energy for what we deem worthy, we facilitate the flourishing of personal aspirations, directing them towards dreams unscarred by others' demands. Saying no becomes an embrace of our right to define engagement with the world, ensuring that we remain centered, even in chaos. In an age dominated by immediacy, the allure of instant gratification is ever tempting. Yet, to refuse this pull is to embrace patience and foresight, understanding that lasting fulfillment stems from perseverance rather than fleeting pleasures. Such resistance speaks of a higher self, recalibrating desires towards meaningful accomplishments rather than momentary indulgence. In this refutation, we fortify our will, crafting a life aligned with long-term aspirations, appreciating growth and wisdom born from sustained effort and patience. The art of detachment unfolds where saying no is a practice of inner freedom, engaging with life without being held captive by its outcomes. Detachment nurtures our ability to experience the world deeply without anchoring our self-worth to impermanent circumstances. Through conscious refusal, we safeguard our emotional and mental health, navigating life with grace and equilibrium. This art invites exploration of our depths, freeing us from superficial pursuits and allowing values transcending transitory desires to guide us towards compassion and presence. Self-control, a silent strength, empowers us to say no with intention and purpose. It signifies not restriction, but an expansion of our capacity to choose wisely and act honorably. Independence rises from within, unstirred by impulse and reaction. Self-control directs us through complexity with poise. Each denial we deliberate fosters a calm center, preparing us for life's challenges with unwavering assurance, a testament to the power of self-mastery. Liberation from the craving for external validation empowers us to pivot focus inward, enabling self-discovery and alignment with true values. By denying the external need for recognition, we build confidence, steering life by our terms, detaching from shifting societal dynamics. Saying no becomes an act of reclaiming identity, drawing strength from self-awareness, leading to contentment rooted internally rather than in the ephemeral critiques and praises of the world. Lastly, redefine success not as mere accumulation, but as an inner achievement accessible through rejecting superficial metrics. Embrace authentic goals and the calling of the heart, transcending imposed ideals, discovering personal fulfillment within. This invitation to redefine triumph reveals a life of integrity and richness, marrying societal detachment with personal growth, meaning, and contribution. In these conscious refusals, we fortify a kingdom of inner sovereignty, celebrating self-mastery governed by values and principles. In this final chapter, we turn to a deeper understanding of lasting freedom, an enduring sanctuary within, unshackled by the capricious tides of the external world. True freedom is not the mere absence of chains, but the profound ability to traverse life's terrain with a resolute clarity seeded in self-mastery. The ancient Stoics believed that real freedom is found in mastery of the self, a form of inner sovereignty that cannot be undermined by the whims of fate or the unpredictabilities that life bestows. Contrast this notion of lasting freedom against the ephemeral allure of worldly possessions and temporal pleasures. Wealth, status, recognition, all these sought-after symbols often cloak us in new chains as the pursuit turns into an endless cycle of desire. Here lies the paradox. External freedom, fragile and fleeting, drifts further from our grasp the more it is sought for its own sake. Thus, mastering oneself reveals a kingdom not built on shifting sands, but grounded in the constancy of self-understanding and guidance, where sovereignty over one's own responses, choices, and destiny becomes the paramount truth. Consider the crucial role of self-discipline, an ally to mastery. It tempers the capriciousness of the heart and mind. Through discipline, desires are not shackled, but clarified and aligned with a higher calling, thus facilitating a harmonious state that liberates rather than confines. It is through this disciplined journey that one learns the art of restraint, choosing the enduring over the ephemeral, nurturing a liberation from the turbulence outside. In this internal architecture of freedom, the power of inner calm stands unyielded by the storms of circumstance. This tranquil presence is not a birthright, but an earned state through deliberate introspection and a mindful approach to the emotional waves that arise. Such calmness, cultivated against the backdrop of life's chaos, reflects a mastery unshaken by change. Here lies resilience, an invulnerable bastion of courage that allows thoughtful action over hasty reaction, crafting a sanctuary within that whispers empowerment in the language of silence. A centerpiece to this mastery is self-awareness, serving as the lamp by which we can see within. This awareness is not confined to mere recognition, but extends into understanding the fabric of one's thoughts, emotions, and desires. It is through this deep awareness that freedom becomes enlightened, allowing the cultivation of wise discernment to transform destructive narratives into potent stories of empowerment. With the knowledge illuminated by self-awareness, decisions align with a truer vision, free from the binding compulsion of impulse. Emotional mastery heightens this journey, not as denial of feeling, but as understanding and harnessing the force within them. Emotions serve as intuitive guides, signaling the inner landscape's state. Mastery, therefore, is the art of harmonizing these internal signals, using them for transformation rather than subjugation. Anger, fear, sadness, when met as opportunities rather than obstacles, they weave into our growth, facilitating a sovereignty that gracefully navigates life's unpredictable currents. This path to mastery is in essence a spiritual odyssey, a contemplation on one's representation within existence's vast tapestry. It involves embracing dualities, finding teachings within life's impermanences, and recognizing the divine in the mundane. This spiritual pursuit transcends the confines of material existence, offering a profound liberation from constructs of ownership and identity, forging an everlasting harmony, not bound by the passage of time. Here lies the legacy of values, integrity, compassion, courage, which, when mastered, extend beyond the mortal confines of individual lives. Such mastery creates a legacy immortal in nature, whispering through time, shaping the world as an extension of our innermost selves. Thus, true freedom emerges through the enduring influence of these timeless qualities, echoing the imperishable truth that the immortality of values courses through life's intricate design. The courage to seek self-actualization marks the culmination of mastery, a relentless pursuit unlocking potential, driven by the authenticity needed to transcend the ordinary. This state is born of aligning one's life with the deepest calls of the soul, providing a freedom rooted in embracing each facet of existence with unapologetic truth. To self-actualize is to embark continuously on a journey without the confines of a destination. It invites bravery to integrate shadows and surpass perceived limitations. Through mastery, freedom blossoms into its true form, an evolving narrative of becoming. Ultimately, the mastery we cultivate extends far beyond personal boundaries, reshaping existence with its transformative energy. Self-mastery serves not as a solitary endeavor, but as a catalyst for communal awakening and transformation. As we embody mastery, the inspiration kindled propels others toward their own freedom, creating ripples of change that resonate across time's expanse. Outward chains dissolve as inner mastery ascends, leaving a legacy of empowerment and transformation. This journey through self-mastery, though deeply personal, harbors the power to usher collective shifts, unraveling the truth that the only lasting freedom resides in the mastery of the self. Join us on this profound exploration of mastery by liking and subscribing, so we may continue this dialogue towards collective awakening and empowerment.